Hey, hello. We're going to give some of the viewers a moment to jump on the line. I'm going to play some music and we're going to give like 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to get started. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's see, we've got some viewers on one now. This is the third night. Thank you so much for joining me. The first night, we talked about why should you speak and inspire. The second night, we spoke about the benefits of speaking and inspiring. And then, of course, we spoke about tonight, we're going to talk about different ways that you can speak and inspire. We're going to chat about different ways that you can speak and inspire, and more importantly, ways that you can actually market what you're speaking and inspiring. So this comes very important in this training because, we can speak and inspire all day, but if you are intending to actually make money, from what it is that you're speaking and inspiring about, you're going to need a system. Not only are you going to need a system, you're going to need a system and you're going to need a clear plan, a map, if you will, to guide you and share with you the best ways to make that happen. So before we get started, my name is Kara. I am a presentation strategist and a professional speaking coach. I help entrepreneurs, authors, and leaders create multiple streams of income, mainly through speaking. So for example, if you're an author, I help you create copy and a presentation so that you can use the stage, use speaking to share your book. Thus, you getting paid to speak and or selling your book. And in cases where I have control, I'm trying to help you make money in both ways, getting paid to speak and of course then going into the back and selling your book to the audience. So I help you make money in a number of different ways, primarily through public speaking. This training, the Speak and Inspire training, is exclusively for entrepreneurs and leaders who are looking to gain more traffic, gain an audience, and who are looking to pretty much just step their game up. And before we get into the content tonight, because it's all about marketing, and I'm going to make sure that I just go straight into marketing after we go through our little housekeeping tidbits. But I wanted to once again talk about mindset. Last night I talked about mindset and shared with you that if your mindset isn't right for you to, like if you don't even believe that anyone will listen to you, it's not that speaking and inspiring isn't for you. It's just that perhaps you need to continue to develop yourself mentally and personally before you can develop professionally. And that's what these things kind of do. They kind of sharpen irons. These trainings are designed to spark curiosity, sharpen your iron, and really kind of be that kick in the butt to get things started regarding you and your business. In all of my work, I can say not so much sad, but the part that really gets me and gets me, like it saddens me, is when I hear entrepreneurs who are really like procrastinating, and or entrepreneurs that are just like waiting. Like some people say, oh, I'm waiting on, and then they say a resource, or I'm waiting on God, or I'm waiting on, at this point, it's like, just what are you waiting for? Go ahead and try it, start some ideas, test the waters. Because even when you do commit to it and you decide that this is what you want to do, there's still research and development, test trials. It's just it's inevitable. You have to go on your journey. So the longer you're procrastinating going on your journey, the longer you're holding yourself from the possibilities of you really earning an income and or building influence by speaking and inspiring. So hesitation, throw that out the window. Stagnation, I don't like it, throw it out the window. Just write your ideas down and really get inspired and get ready to do them. Half of the work isn't even all of these tips and tools. Half of the work is just doing it, putting forth action. So in the work that we're going to work on this evening, it is very detailed. You will need to take notes if you're interested in actually creating a marketing plan. And from this training, I believe you can get a good foundation of the things that you need in order to communicate to your audience. So get your pens and pencils and let's go. So jumping right in, there are three parts to branding. You have the brand part that you need to get together that goes back more into night one when I talked to you about knowing your personal story, knowing your professional story, and then linking them together to share with the audience how you can help them. Okay. And then we have the marketing. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. The way or the vehicle, how you share this with people, and then of course there's the selling. And this is what a lot of new entrepreneurs get confused in, and they mix selling with marketing. And selling is not marketing. It's not marketing at all. Selling is doing just that, getting the client, getting the audience to the point where they actually say yes. Not just yes verbally, but yes also with their bank account. Okay. Marketing is the way that you share your products and services with your ideal client. Sometimes, like I shared on the other trainings, sometimes people just post things in Facebook and think that because it's in cyberspace, the universe knows it, the angels of God are taking it, and they're doing work. No, it's not what happens at all. You have to be very strategic with what you do and how you do it, and especially when it comes to marketing. So this is very much like a crash course. Those are the three parts to branding, the three legs: the branding, the marketing, and then the actual selling. There needs to be goals and strategic plans for all three areas in order to really maximize what it is that you're trying to do to build your brand. Now, marketing specifically, because that's what we're talking about tonight, there are three parts to marketing. And those three parts are first, education, the next one, engagement, and then last but not least, activation. So let's start with education. When you're marketing, the number one thing that you want to do is educate your audience on what it is that you do. Okay, so if let's say I'm a natural hairstylist and I have an organic product that I use, and this organic product really cuts several steps. It's like a 4-in-1 step product. You know, I use this product and you get 4 awesome benefits from it. Well, I need to create copy, which is the actual script, the text, the words that we use to share that. So the first thing that you want to do when it comes to creating marketing for your business, whatever it is that you want to speak and inspire about, the first thing that you want to do when it comes to marketing is just really get it all out. So that's step number 1. Get it all out. How do we get it all out? One way we can get it all out is by what I call a blah blah session. And a blah blah session is just when I take my phone and I have a voice recorder app, and I literally press record and I just start talking. Some days when I don't have my son's in the car or I'm not distracted, I'll put the voice recorder on in Bluetooth in my car and I'll just start talking. And you know, training such as this, the Speak and Inspire training, those were the makings of my blah blah session. I just got really filled with information. You know, sometimes you're so busy searching and trying to find your way when it comes to building your brand that you're looking at a lot of people that you admire and esteem. You're looking at a lot of people who have very large audiences to try and not steal, but just get inspiration from. Allison Bird, she's someone that I've coached with before in a group program, and she says it best. You know, it's called R&D, research and development. And if you're from Harvey, like me, Harvey, Illinois, I'll say it's also called rob and duplicate. You know, sometimes you see something that someone else does and you're not necessarily stealing exactly what they do, but you put your little spin on it and you own it and it's original to you. So in us looking and gleaning and trying to get an understanding of who we are, sometimes we can become so frustrated with all of the information. It just becomes like information overload. And when my suggestion, when you feel overloaded with information like that, it's best just to let it all out. So instead of just stopping and not doing anything, put record on your phone or whatever device that you're recording with and just start talking. Once you start talking, things will become a little bit more clear. And then from that speech, you can take that, write it down. There alone, you can find different taglines. You can find mission statements, themes, calls to actions, events, you know, that you can use to market whatever products or services that you use. So the first tip is to put it all out there. Have little blah blah sessions for yourself where you're just talking and you're just getting it all out. All of it out. It's all coming out. And don't worry about if it makes sense. Don't worry about who's going to listen to it afterwards. It's private. It's yours. It's notes. So go ahead and just start talking. Start talking about massage therapy. Start talking about the benefits of prepping your meals on a weekly basis. Begin talking about the plight of millennial mompreneurs, the different things that they have to go through versus what the past generation mother entrepreneurs had to deal with. Like whatever it is, whatever thought that you are to lead and influence in, just start talking. And then take that script or take that recording and then write it down. I've had virtual assistants actually that we have with the Present Your Brand agency We have several contracted virtual assistants whom I've done conference calls before on the phone, and they've been really good. And I've asked for the virtual assistant to actually transcribe that. So I'll send her a link of the recording, the recorded call, and then she'll listen to it and, of course, script it out for me. Handed me my script. I then tweaked that, added a couple of things to it, and that became my ebook. It's that simple. So whatever you say, know that that can be flipped. You can multiply it and use it, present it within your brand in a number of different ways. So the first thing you want to do is get it all out, get all your ideas out, and then know that the first portion of marketing is educating. You need to educate your audience on who you are, what you do, and how they can get you to do that for them. Okay. The second portion of marketing is engagement. You know, how are you going to actually engage people? For example, the Speak and Inspire training is an engagement, you know, that I've offered and presented for you all. I get X amount of viewers show up. I give them valuable content that can help them right now in their business. And then I can share with them all the things that I do, who I am, what I do. We've done 3 nights so far, and each night I've had a chance to share through the platform of video, free video, by the way, who I am, what I do, all that great stuff. You're watching it, you're learning about me, which is one of the first phases of marketing. And now you're engaged because you gave me your email address. I've been communicating to you via email. Now we're on a Google Hangout. You see what I'm saying? You're actually engaged in what it is that I'm educating you on now. And then, because tonight is the last night, and because I'm very transparent and I want to teach you how to speak and inspire, but also make money, tonight, of course, there's going to be an offer. Of course, I've done all of this for an offer exclusively for you. It's a great thing that I've created that I think will really help you accelerate in everything that you're trying to do to get your business and branding together. But of course, there's an offer. There's a product and or a service that I'm going to share with you all. And that is the portion when we get to activate. So education, engage, and activate. Those are the 3 portions to marketing. Please write those down and take note of that, because those will be the 3 major things that you should be doing in your business in order to draw and attract and inspire a crowd. Definitely have sweet red wine tonight. It's been one of those days. Anywho, okay, so education. There are certain portions that you need to, major bullet points that you need to know when it comes to the 3 different phases of educating, engaging, and activating. And the first thing that I want you to write down is key goal. What is the key goal? For example, this Speak and Inspire training, the key goal was to educate my audience, my ideal clients, that they are worthy enough to speak and inspire for pay, that I can show them how to speak and inspire audiences and get paid. And that I can show them how. That's the key goal. My target group to focus on, that's number 2. The first one is the key goal. The second important thing is the key group, your ideal client. It is not just enough just to post Facebook ads. When you post Facebook ads, it's asking you specifically, what kind of person do you want this ad to go in front of? Why would I put an ad for, let's say, why would I put an ad for, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. Why would I put an ad for diabetes, you know, preventative diabetes care to a young teen audience? Teens aren't thinking about preventative care for anything, you know. So it's not that they don't recognize that that it is important to have preventable care. It's that audience doesn't, they're not thinking about that. So stop putting your information, stop marketing, stop sharing to people who just don't care or people that just aren't interested in that. You know, for a while I was posting things on my personal Facebook page, and the people that were in my business networks and circles, they would like it, you know, they would support it, they would share it, all that great stuff. But that really is doing nothing, because my Facebook friends list, I'm telling you at this point, everybody and their mama's on there. You know, I accept people often. There are a few Facebook creeps that I avoid, but you know, for the most part, I just accept a lot of people because I don't know why. You know, they want. I don't know what that possibility would be. I just keep it open. But my business page specifically, I'm definitely posting content, and then when I'm posting and when I'm marketing, I know exactly who I'm marketing to. I'm marketing either to an entrepreneur, an author, or some type of leader who needs to have consistent influence with an audience. Those type of people are rare. Entrepreneurs, we're crazy. Just the end. Anybody that's starting a business, anybody that's been in business, there is a, I don't know how to describe us. Like there's a big portion of our minds that's just all focused on the business. You know, our eye, our third eye, if you will, is just grand. It's big, and we see visions that other people just don't see. You know, so we're unique. I know that when I'm speaking, that is what I'm speaking. You know, that's who I'm speaking to. Knowing who exactly you're talking to really directs your copy. And that's what I help with specifically. I help you develop content. I help you create the words to say, either through video or if you're writing it in your brochure, even down to your business card. How you phrase your wording, what you say really makes an impact. Okay, so you really want to get to know who your ideal client is. It's not just enough to say that it's women. It's not just enough to say it's women under the age of 50. It's not. Um, I'm not saying that I'm not big on paperwork. I really despise that myself. But you really do have to really understand who it is that you're talking to. Okay, so one thing in my program, I have a program called Present Your Brand. One thing that I share with my clients to help them really understand, to get connected to that person, because at the end of the day, you want to make your idea of your ideal client so clear that you can name her or him or it. For example, my ideal client's name is Sasha. Yes, I made up my own fictional character. I told you that my background is in performing arts. I write plays, all that type of stuff. I will make it up, honey. My ideal client's name is Sasha. And Sasha is an educated woman. She is 40. She has done everything, quote unquote, the way that they told her to. And she is just barely above water, you know, financially, and also as far as what she aspires to do in her life. That's just a small little tidbit. I could go on and on. She shops at Target. You know, why do I say that she shops at Target? I don't know. It just gives me an idea of the type of woman that I'm talking to. She kind of reminds me of me, but she's after what I'm after currently, a little bit earlier, you know, in her life. So I think that once you get an idea of who it is that you're talking to, and you begin to not necessarily make up fictitious things about her, I'm a little crazy, but you really want to get a clear understanding of her. Because, for example, for me, the reason why I go a little crazy and say that my ideal client shops at Target is because I think of Target's branding. Target is just a brand that I adore. I love the simple red, bold Target. You can't miss that when you're driving or anything like that. You know that that's Target's logo, number one. Number two, when I shop there, I really feel like Target. Like I always see something like, ooh, I really needed that. You walk into Target for one thing and then you walk out with a number of different things. That's just the experience that you get at Target. Every aisle, there's a Target, you know, that you look at and you see and you walk out with it. So that to me, for me, this is my interpretation of it, just gives me a better understanding of Sasha. The fact that not only is she coming in specifically for what she's coming for, but she may want to take a couple extra things with her. And that shapes the experience when I'm shopping, when I'm selling to her. So whoever it is, give your ideal client a name and really begin to think about that ideal client as one person. For example, in my research and development, just with my program and with the services that I offer, I tend to work with mostly women who are, I would say, 45 plus. Women that are 45 plus really, really love working with me for a number of different reasons. But the more clients you get, the more services you offer, you need to know, keep files on your people, So what, you're starting off in your business. So what, the brand is brand new. So what, you're a small business. Keep it organized so that you can inform yourself through your data. I looked through all of my files and I said, all of these women are this age. All of these women are looking for pretty much this thing. All of these women have this issue. So the more and more you work with clients, the more and more you'll get to know them, et cetera, et cetera. So target group, key goal and target group. The next thing is the call to action. What do you want them to do? What is it that you want them to do? For this example, the Speak and Inspire training was listed on my marketing list for the month of September. I know that my program that I'm going to share with you all in a little bit, it begins October 2nd. So we do enough content. I'm giving content. I'm helping people. I'm engaging them and educating them at the same time. I'm getting them activated. Some people have already started developing stuff for new brands. I've already gotten testimonies, all this great stuff. What do I want them to do? Well, tonight on the final night, I invite you to my program. That's the call to action. The first night, I gave valuable content to you, but I also invited you to a party downtown where you can network with me and get to meet other business people and perfect your pitch free of charge. What are the call to actions that you're asking them to do? I've asked you all to do 3 things. I've asked you to register for this program. I've invited you out to Fleetwood in Chicago if you're in the Chicago area. I've asked you to take notes, to listen to the training, to take notes, to become inspired about you and your brand. That's 3. And tonight I'm going to ask you to join me in my program. I've asked you 4 things. All the other 3 things are definitely important, but I want to ask you to come into my program. You can't just ask somebody to come into your program that you've been thinking about in your head for 20 years. You have to give them experiences to get to know you, to work with you, and then activate them to the point where you can ask them for sales. Remember the parts of branding, marketing, and selling. Once you get them in the activation part, now they're ready, they're curious, they're ready to go. Then there's a whole process just to even sell them what you have. So there are levels to it. It's not saying that some people don't just come up to you and buy. It's saying that when you're talking about speaking and inspiring to the masses, there are certain formulas that you need to follow in order to get to give an understanding on a group level, on a mass level. The next thing that I want you to pay attention to is content to release. What content are you going to release? What is your key call to action? What do you want your audience to do? And then what are you going to give them in order for them to do whatever you want them to do? For example, Speak and Inspire. Clearly, the content that I've been giving you all the past 3 evenings has been all about speaking and inspiring. First night, knowing that you can do it. Second night, knowing exactly what kind of speaker you are. And then tonight, we're talking about how you can share that with the masses. If you're serious, if you take notes, if you really want to speak and inspire, you can begin a soft market campaign right now. Get your key goal, figure your target group to focus on, ask them something to do that will lead to a sale down the line, and then share some valuable content with them. Give them what they want. Another way to figure out what kind of content to give your ideal clients is to ask them questions. For example, when I work with someone, the first thing that we do is we chat via email. I ask them when they're available. I share my time, my times that I'm available to talk with them. But also in that email, there's a questionnaire. And one free resource that I want to give to you viewers is Typeform, 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 typeform.com. Typeform.com is a really cool template that you can create questionnaires for free. And they look so dope. Like, I love them. Like, the design is so sleek and edgy. And you really look like you got your stuff together when you send that to someone. You can put those type forms in your emails. You can put them on your email marketing campaigns and, do your hyperlink on it. You can use them a number of different ways. You've been invited to, tell the audience about who you are. You're at a networking event. Perfect Pitch. Come on, y'all. People that are watching this, that'll be coming to Perfect Pitch on October 2nd. Go to Typeform. Get your form together. Wouldn't it be fly to, talk to somebody at a networking event, and then, you got a short little window. You talk to them, you tell them who you are, what you do, and all that great stuff. And then it looks like they're getting ready to talk to somebody else. You're like, yeah, I've got a form that I want to send you. You've got their business card. You can say, I'm going to send you a quick questionnaire. Boom. Send that link to them via email. Not only do they have a way to get in contact with you, but they've got some really good questions from you as well that when they answer them, they'll tell you, those answers will tell you where you need to start on your selling schedule, on your selling system. So go to Typeform and create something. Content to release. When you're thinking about content, put out a Typeform. Share with people. If you're educate them on what you do. For example, hey guys, let's just say this is a Facebook post, and I'm sharing this Facebook post with ladies in my business community that I know, my business network. Excuse me, I can say, hey ladies, I'm working on a project. Y'all don't need to know what, stop being nosy. I'm working on a project and I'm really interested in your opinion on X. What's your worst fear when you're speaking? That's something that I often ask a group of people. I want to know why they're scared. I'm not flawless, but like I said, when it comes to me speaking on a stage, I mean, that's what I've been doing for a while. So I'm not intimidated by that. Now, modeling, yeah, that's a fear not a fear, but that's a challenge. Something that I've never done before that I recently did, where I was just like, what do I do? Some people feel that way about speaking. Some people feel like that about their health. Some people feel like that about X. Whatever thing that you've got a thought on, whatever you lead and thought about, people have a number of different feelings and opinions about it. You need to put as many surveys and questionnaires out to get people's ideas so that you can create ideals for your ideal client. Okay? So, key goal, ideal target group, what you want them to do, what kind of content you're going to release. Are you going to do hangouts where you do trainings? Are you going to do hangouts where the people can come in and just talk with you? You can use, this is Google Hangouts on air. You can use just the hangout and have people in the group that are chatting with you and bouncing ideas back and forth. We can be doing the same thing with the group. Are you going to speak at a conference? Are you going to have a one-on-one call? Are you going to host a small coffee group at Starbucks? I mean, my idea is they can just keep going. You can use any kind of event that you want to speak and inspire. What are you going to say there? You need to have a copy, a script. And here are the last three things that I was going to add. You need to have on your marketing plan who's responsible for what. I know for solopreneurs, we kind of get stuck and get to the point where, like, duh, it'll be me. I'm the only one doing this. Trying to gain an income, and I really don't have the funds to pay other people right now. Well, you still need to list what needs to be done and when you're responsible to do it. So, for example, I'm going to keep using my own my business as an example for you all. For the Speak and Inspire training, sure, I'm sitting here now live talking to you and training you. But there was not a lot, but there were several tasks that needed to be done in order to get you to this point. For example, and I'm only going through this because a lot of times people become really intimidated by the administrative stuff that needs to go on, like the set up this event and put it on Facebook and da da da. It's really just a matter of getting things done. No, I'm not a tech whiz genius. For me to be as young as I am, sometimes I'm just no good with technology. So I'm calling customer service, asking questions, or Googling something, trying to get a quick tutorial, or etc. I'm saying don't let your flaws, just like I said last night, don't let your speaking flaws hold you back from speaking and inspiring. Don't let your tech flaws hold you back from speaking and inspiring. Eventbrite is a very user-friendly website. It just is. It literally says create event. You click it, you fill in the pieces. If you didn't fill it in that time, oh well, it moves on. And the basic things, the things that you really need, it won't let you go on without it. So if you completed one and Eventbrite said your event is live, know that you've got all of the good basic information. And the more and more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Okay? So list who's responsible for what. Who's responsible for creating the invitation for the event? Who's responsible for making sure that everything gets done? Who's responsible daily? Like, this was a 3-day training, so every day new people were joining, some people weren't coming back, etc. Those emails had to be individually typed into Google Hangout in order for you to be invited. Who's going to do that? If it's you, that's cool. Write it down so you can create yourself a little checklist and make sure that you're rocking and rolling. If you've got a team, I know some solopreneurs that are just blessed with some really good friends and peers, fellow entrepreneur friends that help them. Maybe you can get your friend to help you with this because she's good at it. Whatever it is, write down who's responsible for what. Another thing for marketing that a lot of new entrepreneurs miss: what's the budget? How much are you going to spend? Everything can't be free. Once again, going back into mindset, you want people to pay you $300, $400 for your program, but you haven't even put $20, $30 into building your brand. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, what do you have in place to make sure that it happens continuously? What's the budget for the marketing? Business cards, brochures. Heck, even though Google Hangout is free, there's a budget for internet. That's a bill. What's the budget? Okay. And then last but not least, and this is very, very vital, a lot of new entrepreneurs, they go through all of the other things and they're ready to rock and roll, but they don't measure, what it is that they were trying to do. So they really don't know their success. And this is something, as I share with you all on the first night, I'm a licensed teacher, and my gift I'm not a certified coach. I'm a licensed teacher. My gifting is in teaching. You know, I've studied the arts of teaching and how people actually learn. So one thing is in education, anything you do with a student, you have to show like proof, like data. And that's the same thing when it comes to your business and branding. For example, once again, Speak and Inspire. What was my goal? How many attendees did I want to have? Well, the last event that I hosted on the phone, I had 53 members. This hangout, this is my first time doing a 3-day live hangout. My goal was to have X amount. After everything is said and done, after I leave you all tonight, I have to go back. I'm responsible for going back to my data and saying, looking at the Google Hangout report and saying, okay, X amount of people came. I wanted to get that amount. I got this amount. We grew blank percent. Keep going, keep growing. Or this was our goal. We didn't do anything close to that. These were the areas that hit us up, that made it whack. Next time we do, make it strategic for yourself. Whatever you do, try to do it so well that you can do it again. It's not about creating new things all the time. It's not about creating new content all the time. It's about making creative ways to market the same thing you do. You want to make everything you do scalable and repeatable. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go over it very quickly again, go over these little 5-6 points. You need to you need to have a key goal, have a target group to focus on, give them something to do. What is the call to action? Know what content you're going to release or what events you're going to host. Know who's responsible for taking care of all marketing items specifically. Know your budget. Invest some money in it. You reap what you sow. Sow some money in it so you can reap some money. And then last but not least, know how you're going to measure your success. And you do that for educating your audience. You do that for engaging your audience. And then you also do that for activating your audience. You have a key call to action. So for example, the key call for action, let's say I have a performing arts company as well. It's called Bahia Productions. Totally separate brand, totally different business, and it's amazing. What I do as a solopreneur for Present Your Brand, it's a totally different system and organization for the production company because, of course, I work with a number of different artists, you know. So how I do things in this business is different than I do it in the other one. But let's say we're talking about the production company. Educating, the first phase of marketing. I'm going to educate my audience on who Bahia Productions is. And in a nutshell, Bahia Productions is an innovative performing arts company that focuses on social issues. We want to inspire change we want to inspire social change through the arts. So when I'm educating through my marketing, that's all we're saying. And that could be something as simple as a picture. I don't know if you all are familiar with like picture posts on social media. Those are JPEG pictures. If you're talking to a graphic designer and you're posting on social media, you'll want a JPEG picture. That can be as simple educating the audience on who BP is, Bahia Production is, can be something as simple as creating a little infographic that says change. And then in the caption, BP Bahia Productions promotes social change through the arts. Boom. You went past, you saw who we were, we told you what we did, you've been educated. An example of engagement can be get involved in the issues, the social issues that we need to change. So now not only do you know as far as education that Bahia Productions that we want to use art to create social change. Now we're going to tell you specifically the types of social issues we're going to focus on this season. This season we're talking about Black lives and how they matter. This is an important social issue, and we're going to tell you why. After we told you why, let's say I had a picture up of Sandra Bland. Okay. How does that make you feel? What do you feel about this situation? How many more Black women are going to, how many more people are going to be victims of police brutality? Someone says, yeah, I feel that. Posting, your audience is posting, they're chiming in, they're sharing, they're watching, they're subscribing, they're viewing, they're engaged now. Keep going. The last part, activation. Activate them. Now for the production company, I told you this by Here Productions, we focus on social arts, social issues, and we want to change it through the arts. We've told you about specifically, we were talking about Black Lives Matter. Now, of course, the activation is come buy a ticket, come watch a show. Activate them. And we go into the selling process, which I won't go into. I'm going to offer a special bonus training on selling. And I believe I'm going to do it via Periscope tomorrow. So via Periscope tomorrow, I'll say around 3:30. I'm going to do a Periscope on selling. It's going to be the finale of this whole thing. But that's pretty much it. Telling them who you are, getting them involved, getting them to watch and listen to more of what you've got to educate them on. And then last but not least, getting them to purchase from you. Buy a ticket to this play. Because that's when they really experience you. Then they sit in the play, they watch the play, they enjoy the play, and then they walk out saying, that play was really good. I like the way it talked about police brutality and how we need to create a change. Now they're telling other people. Now they're doing the same exact thing that you started them with when you started to educate them. That's the secret of good branding. That's the cycle. Tell them who you are, what you do, get them involved where they start to care, have them buy it from you and experience it themselves. And if they experience it themselves and your product and your service is on point, they will tell somebody else. Word of mouth, one of the best forms of marketing. But you got to do that other stuff before. See, we just want to tell somebody I do hair and think that they're going to come in our chair and pay us, and that they're going to go and tell the world about you doing hair, and they're all going to come to you too. That ain't the way it happens. That ain't the way it happens just for prestigious people. There's levels to it, and you've got to make sure that you've got a systematic way as to how you market and manage your business, your brand, you. So it is 9:49. I have shared with you the 3 phases of marketing. You can take the ideas you've got right now and start doing some things. Sure, there are tons of other subjects that I can give you on marketing, but as far as like the base, the core, the foundation, the first floor, I just gave it to you. I guarantee you, if you take time and really write out what it is that you want to do, what you want them to do, who it is that you're going to ask to do it, and create a number of different experiences, such as this, such as going to a live event, such as calling someone on the phone. The more and more you create opportunities for you to speak to people, the more inspired you'll be to actually get serious about your business. Stop keeping everything up here. Stop talking to yourself. Start talking to other people, because your clients tell you exactly what they need. Think about any coaching program. You talk to any certified business coach, life coach, whatever. The script is going to be pretty much the same. They're going to ask you why you came, what you're dealing with, what you're working with, and they're going to tell you that same thing back. Sure, they've got resources, tools, and experience to help you, but they're pretty much just giving you the same thing back. That's what this is. Just take time to coach yourself with what I've given you and get started. Get started. Present your brand, share, speak, and inspire, all that great stuff. I hope that this added value to you and your brand. If you have questions, please post in the group chat on the side. If you cannot post in the group chat for whatever reason, please send all your questions to carainspires@gmail.com. That's CARAINSPIRES@gmail.com. I would love to help you with any branding and public speaking questions that you may have. It is my pleasure. It's what I've been put here on earth to do. It's my assignment, and I cannot wait to help you present your brand. So that is it. I am so proud of myself. I actually did it. Another 3-day training where hopefully you're ready to speak and inspire. I want to share with you all an awesome program that I've been working on. And this will actually be, I believe, our 4th session that we're offering this to the public. It is called the Present Your Brand program. And what I'm going to do right now is share my screen. So bear with me. Okay, the Present Your Brand program is a program that I have created. And in the Present Your Brand program, it's got everything that you need in order to present your brand within 8 short weeks. It's an accelerated program. So in the program, as it says here, you'll learn secrets to master self-control and intuition in your life and business. You'll learn the exact steps to write memorable content. You'll learn how to remain focused, confident, and organized in your life and business. I'll teach you very clearly how to make a yearly marketing plan, similar to what we just discussed tonight, so that you can keep money rolling in. I'll go over with you some professional speaking techniques so that you can become a master at presenting your brand publicly, and much more. I'll share free and paid resources such as Typeform and MailChimp so that you can communicate to your audiences on a mass and professional level. And it's just a good program. In the program, I cover all different types of platforms. We go from speaking one-on-one in person, live events, to hosting large events, trainings where you can work with Google Hangout over virtually, just like this, and conference call trainings. So we go over a number of the basic platforms where you can speak publicly and really create the content and things that you need so that you can present your brand. The thing that I love about this program the most is that people are challenged. You know, this program really challenges you to see if you are really ready to present your brand, to see if you're really ready to step on out there and be vulnerable with your audience and share with them how you can inspire them. So if you're interested in something like this, I'd love to have you be a part of our group. Because you've watched and participated in this training, I have an exclusive early bird program offer where I'm offering the Present Your Brand program for $697. This fee is waived right here. The early bird price until September 18th is $697. For $697, you can work with me for 8 weeks virtually at your own pace. That is the most important thing, at your own pace. If you have a full-time job, all of the information that I'll be sending you will be through email. There will be lots of video. You have 24 email access to me. We have a 1-hour Q&A call every single week. You have daily updates through a Facebook group. Like, I'm going to be all up in your business, literally, to help you present your brand within 8 weeks. So it is intensive. It is for the ideal client that is super serious about getting things ready and getting it out there within 2 months. So if that's you, I invite you to come and work with me. The program begins Monday, October 5th. Monday, October 5th, we begin. So if you're interested in this program, I'd love for you to email me at carainspires@gmail.com. We can have a a discovery call so we can see if the program is best for you and if it meets your needs. After the 18th, the program increases to $797. So for $697 tonight until the 18th, you can get your seat in the 8-week Present Your Brand program. I'm so excited. I've got lots of goodies. It's going to be awesome. And all the participants in their group, they're definitely going to be up, rocking, and rolling right before the new year. Isn't that nice to just rock and roll before the new year, to start off the new year like a boss and really just say, you know, boom, here I am. This is my brand. This is what I do. The next thing that I want to invite you to, as I shared on Monday, is my networking event in Chicago called Perfect Your Pitch. Now, the Present Your Brand program is global. Anybody is able to do it. Like I shared, the best part about that program is that it's virtual. This Perfect Your Pitch is exclusively for my Chicago VIPs, my Chicago very important presenters. We'll be at Fleetwood, which is a lovely little intimate restaurant and lounge in Chicago. And there I invite you to perfect your pitch. And Perfect Your Pitch is simply a networking mixer designed to help you really practice your pitch. There are lots of times when you go to events and you talk to people and you know, they walk away and you're like, man, I should have said this, or I could have said that. Or what I hate to say, you know, you start asking yourself, why didn't I say this, that? And Perfect Your Pitch is an event where you can come to it and it's relaxed. So whatever you practice with the first person, you keep what you liked, and then you go to the next person and you just continue to practice speaking and presenting yourself until you're perfected at the end of the evening. And then we'll have a lovely showcase for every entrepreneur or guest to share what they discover and really lock it in so that they can master their signature pitch. So if you're interested in coming to that as well, I invite you to go to that Eventbrite link as well. That's Perfect Your Pitch. So my call to action as we wrap up tonight's training is to connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Kara Inspires in the PYB Agency. I'm on Instagram as Kara Inspires Me. And of course on Twitter and Periscope as Kara Inspires. Kara Inspires, you'll find me on most of the social media streams. Connect with me. Tell people how you felt about Speaking Inspired. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, share the links. These are free and complimentary to anybody that wants to present your brand and or work with me. So I hope that this added value to you and your brand. I'm just a girl trying to speak and inspire other people to do the same. One thing that the world needs is more inspiration. We need to cut the drama, cut the crap, inspire people, inspire yourself, inspire your bank accounts. And I can help you do that. So I hope that you can come to Perfect Pitch on October 2nd in Chicago. I'm hoping that you'll join me in my 8-week accelerated program, the Present Your Brand program. And I really hope that you take these 3 nights of information and that you take something from each night and use it to move yourself forward and to elevate you and your brand. So that is all. I'm Kara Inspires, presentation strategist, professional speaking coach, and I'm saying good night. Be inspired and share with me your feedback on social media. Tell people what you just experienced. Have a great night. Bye.